Dysfunctional vet here, and what we have is a pretty nasty view of my road. It's been raining, it's all swampy. You can see the big tracks from the grader that just came through and graded this all up. But we're going to be talking about a really nasty subject, and that is the weaponizing of children. More specifically, the little gretle girl who goes around, whose catchphrase is, "How dare you?" Personally, I think we should be asking her, "How dare you, and how dare your parents use you as a weapons platform?" So let's get into this. The little gretle girl is a weapons platform in my opinion. And most of you may be too young to remember the Vietnam War, but that was one of the first instances that I am completely aware of where children were used as weapons, weapon platforms. They would arm the children with pistols, hand grenades, or what would be known as exploding vests. The children would walk up to the soldiers and would blow up and kill them, American soldiers, Vietnam. This may have gone on in the South Pacific, I don't know. I don't know the history of World War II that well. I do know that the Arabs frequently use suicide bombers, sometimes children, to try to decimate the enemy. But the little gretle girl, I should call her a gretle girl, the little gretle is different in that if we're to believe what her mother says and what she said on a TED Talk, she has a number of mental issues. And really, she's not competent. The other half of this is the people that sponsor her are big business. Some of them have contracts to retool the infrastructure, the electrical infrastructure, to green energy across Europe. And they are very interested in shutting down anything they can. Never mind the damaging result to the population of Europe or any other country that were to buy into the lie that she sells. I want you to consider that when somebody comes along and they have these bizarre ideas like she does, and they live like she does, where, you know, she goes across the ocean on a sailboat to reduce the carbon footprint, yet the crew of the ship is going to fly back to Europe on a jet and then fly back across, which is increasing the carbon footprint like 18 times when she could have gone by herself. It would have only been twice. You have to wonder, what message is she really interested in sending? And with that said, I just want you to actually consider the morality of using a child as a weapon, especially one that's mentally incompetent, mentally disabled, if you were. Her dad, her parents, are supposedly promoters of entertainment, and they have really capitalized on using her as a weapons platform. So when you look at this little gretle girl, consider whether or not the parents should be brought up on child abuse, child neglect, and whether or not you should even attend any of her rallies, because in so doing, you're supporting the weaponizing of children, which, in my opinion, should not be done. There's no reason for a child, whatever age, to pick up a weapon and go to war. And this little girl is at war with the Western world, as is her parents and her supporters. I appreciate your time for listening in. Hope you like my view of the forest. The grader has just come by and ruined the road again, but I'm actually kind of happy they did, because they'll be gone for a while. Today is 26 February 2020, and I don't normally do these kind of videos, but I thought it was worth my time to talk about the weaponizing of children. Everything else is being weaponized. Why not children? Dysfunctional Vet, out.